Ladies and gentlemen, there is something profoundly captivating about rarity. The rarest gems, the rarest treasures, and even the rarest flowers hold a value far beyond their physical form. But today, I want to talk about something even more extraordinary. The rarest woman in the world. She is not defined by the trends of the day or the fleeting opinions of others. Her rarity is found in the essence of who she is, in her character, her spirit, and the light she carries into the lives of those around her. The rarest woman isn't shaped by external forces. She is cultivated from within. She stands out in a world that often celebrates conformity because she chooses a different path, a higher path. Let us explore what makes her so unique, so admired, and so inspiring. For she is not just a rare woman, she is a beacon of hope and an example for us all. A woman of virtue is a rare and priceless treasure, the kind of individual whose essence is rooted in values that never fade with time. Her life is guided by principles that go beyond superficiality, extending into the depths of integrity, humility, and grace. Virtue, in its truest form, is not something she wears for display. It is who she is at her very core. It shapes her thoughts, her decisions, and her actions. It is what sets her apart in a world that often prioritizes what is fleeting and shallow. Her journey to embody virtue begins with her commitment to truth. A virtuous woman does not waver in the face of deception, nor does she compromise her values for convenience or approval. Truth anchors her, providing a steady foundation upon which she builds her life. It is not that she is perfect or without flaws. Rather, it is her relentless pursuit of what is right that defines her. Even when challenges arise and temptations beckon, she holds fast to what is just, knowing that her integrity is worth far more than any temporary gain. This unwavering commitment to truth extends to her relationships. A virtuous woman approaches every interaction with authenticity and respect. She values the dignity of others and treats them with kindness, even when it is undeserved. Her words are thoughtful and her actions are intentional, leaving no room for manipulation or deceit. She understands that her influence is a reflection of her heart, and she strives to be a source of encouragement and inspiration to those around her. At the heart of her virtue lies humility. A woman of virtue does not seek to elevate herself above others. Instead, she is marked by a quiet confidence that allows her to acknowledge her strengths without arrogance and her weaknesses without shame. She is secure in who she is, not because of what she has accomplished or what others think of her, but because she knows her worth is intrinsic and unshakable. Humility allows her to serve others with joy, to lead with grace, and to love without expecting anything in return. The virtuous woman is also a steward of her time, her talents, and her resources. She recognizes that what she has been given is not solely for her benefit, but is meant to bless and uplift others. Whether through acts of service, generosity, or simply being present for those in need, she uses her gifts with purpose. She does not squander her potential or allow distractions to divert her from what truly matters. Instead, she lives intentionally, fully aware of the impact her choices have on the world around her. Her virtue shines brightest in times of adversity. When life presents trials and uncertainties, she does not falter or succumb to despair. Instead, she rises with resilience and grace, knowing that her strength comes from a deeper place. Her courage is not loud or boastful, but steady and unwavering. She faces difficulties with a calm resolve, trusting that every challenge is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to refine her character. The virtuous woman also embraces grace, not only for others, but for herself. She understands that life is a journey and perfection is not the goal. When she stumbles, she does not wallow in guilt or self-pity. Instead, she learns, adjusts, and moves forward with renewed determination. This grace allows her to extend forgiveness to those who have wronged her, creating a cycle of healing and restoration. She knows that harboring resentment only diminishes her own peace, and so she chooses to let go of bitterness and embrace the freedom that comes with forgiveness. Compassion is another hallmark of her virtue. A woman of virtue is attuned to the needs of others, and her heart is moved by their struggles. She does not turn a blind eye to suffering, but steps in with empathy and action. Her compassion is not limited to grand gestures. Often, it is found in the small, everyday acts of kindness that leave a lasting impact. Whether it is through a listening ear, a comforting word, or a helping hand, she brings light into the darkest corners of others' lives. Her virtue is further evident in her pursuit of wisdom. She seeks knowledge not for the sake of pride, but for the purpose of growth. She understands that wisdom is a lifelong journey, one that requires both curiosity and humility. She is open to learning from her experiences, from others, and from the truths that guide her life. This pursuit of wisdom equips her to navigate life's complexities with discernment and clarity, making decisions that align with her values and lead to lasting fulfillment. Perhaps one of the most remarkable aspects of a woman of virtue is her ability to inspire others. Her life serves as a living example of what is possible when one chooses to live with integrity and purpose. Her actions speak louder than her words, and her presence leaves an indelible mark on those fortunate enough to know her. Through her example, she challenges others to rise above mediocrity, to embrace their own potential, and to strive for a life of meaning and impact. A woman with strength and faith is a formidable presence, one whose life is anchored in principles that transcend the uncertainties of the world. Her faith is not a fleeting sentiment or a surface-level belief, but a deeply rooted conviction that permeates every aspect of her being. This strength does not come from external validation or worldly achievements, but from a profound trust in something greater than herself, a foundation that remains unshaken regardless of the storms she faces. Her faith serves as a compass, guiding her through the complexities and challenges of life. When the path ahead is unclear or riddled with obstacles, she does not succumb to fear or despair. Instead, she draws upon an inner reservoir of trust and hope, knowing that even in the darkest moments, there is a purpose to be found. This assurance does not mean she is exempt from struggles or doubts, but rather that she has learned to rise above them, finding peace in the midst of chaos. Her strength and faith is evident in the way she approaches adversity. She does not view trials as insurmountable burdens, but as opportunities for growth and transformation. Each challenge becomes a chance to deepen her trust, refine her character, and demonstrate resilience. She understands that true strength is not the absence of difficulty, but the ability to persevere in spite of it. Her response to hardship is marked by courage, patience, and a quiet confidence that speaks volumes about the depth of her faith. This strength is also reflected in her relationships. A woman of faith approaches others with a spirit of grace and humility, valuing connection over conflict and understanding over judgment. She seeks to be a source of encouragement and support, offering words of hope and acts of kindness to those around her. Her faith empowers her to see beyond surface differences and to recognize the inherent worth of every individual, creating a ripple effect of love and compassion in her community. Her daily life is a testament to the priorities shaped by her faith. She understands the importance of aligning her actions with her beliefs, ensuring that her choices reflect the principles she holds dear. Whether in her work, her family, or her personal pursuits, she strives to live with integrity, knowing that her example has the power to influence and inspire others. Her faith is not confined to moments of prayer or worship, but is woven into the fabric of her existence, informing how she speaks, acts, and interacts with the world. Her strength in faith also grants her a sense of purpose. She does not wander aimlessly or chase after fleeting pleasures, but instead seeks meaning in everything she does. She is driven by a higher calling, one that goes beyond personal ambition or material gain. This sense of purpose gives her life a profound depth, enabling her to face each day with intention and resolve. She recognizes that her time, talents, and resources are gifts to be used for the greater good, and she invests them wisely. Her unwavering trust in her faith provides a wellspring of peace even in the face of uncertainty. While others may be overwhelmed by anxiety or doubt, she remains steady, holding on to the assurance that she is not alone. This peace is not a passive state, but an active choice, one that requires surrendering control and trusting in a greater plan. It is this peace that allows her to remain calm under pressure, to extend grace in difficult situations, and to find joy even in the midst of trials. Her strength in faith is also evident in her ability to forgive. She understands that holding on to resentment only breeds bitterness, while forgiveness brings freedom and healing. Her faith teaches her to let go of past hurts, not as a sign of weakness, but as an act of courage and trust. Forgiveness becomes a way to release the burden of anger and to create space for reconciliation and renewal. A woman with strength in faith is also marked by her gratitude. She does not take her blessings for granted, but approaches life with a spirit of thankfulness, recognizing the countless ways she is provided for and cared for. This gratitude fuels her resilience, reminding her of the goodness that exists even in challenging times. It allows her to focus on what she has rather than what she lacks, fostering a sense of contentment and joy. Her faith gives her the ability to dream boldly and act courageously. She is not limited by fear of failure or the opinions of others because her strength is rooted in something unshakable. This confidence enables her to step out in faith, to take risks for the sake of what is right, and to pursue goals that align with her values. She is not reckless or impulsive, but moves forward with a quiet assurance, trusting that her steps are guided and her efforts will bear fruit. Her strength in faith also fuels her hope for the future. She does not dwell on the uncertainties of tomorrow, but instead places her trust in the promise of better things to come. This hope sustains her through difficult seasons, giving her the resilience to keep going and the courage to keep believing. It is not a blind optimism, but a confident expectation, rooted in the understanding that her faith provides a foundation that cannot be shaken. A woman with a spirit of wisdom and discernment carries within her a rare and invaluable quality that shapes her decisions, her relationships, and her approach to life. Wisdom, in its essence, is not merely the accumulation of knowledge. It is the ability to apply understanding with sound judgment and compassion. Discernment is her guiding force, enabling her to see beyond appearances, understand underlying truths, and make choices that align with integrity and purpose. These qualities are not accidental, but cultivated through intentional reflection, learning, and a deep connection to enduring principles. Her wisdom begins with the humility to acknowledge that she does not know everything. This humility opens the door for her to seek knowledge and insight from various sources. She listens intently, not just to respond, but to understand. Whether in conversations, experiences, or moments of stillness, she absorbs lessons that deepen her perspective. Her ability to learn from life circumstances, whether triumphant or challenging, transforms every moment into an opportunity for growth. This openness is the foundation upon which her wisdom is built. Her discernment allows her to navigate the complexities of life with clarity and precision. She is not easily swayed by fleeting trends, persuasive arguments, or emotional appeals. Instead, she evaluates situations with a calm and measured approach, separating truth from falsehood and substance from superficiality. Her decisions are thoughtful and deliberate, rooted in careful consideration of what is just, right, and beneficial. This ability to discern helps her avoid pitfalls and align her life with her values and goals. One of the hallmarks of her wisdom is her ability to see the bigger picture. She understands that life is not a series of isolated moments, but a tapestry of interconnected events and decisions. This perspective allows her to prioritize long-term impact over short-term gratification. She's not easily distracted by temporary setbacks or minor inconveniences because she recognizes that they are part of a larger journey. Her focus remains on what truly matters, guiding her toward meaningful and lasting outcomes. Her spirit of wisdom and discernment shines most clearly in her relationships. She understands the importance of surrounding herself with individuals who uplift and encourage her growth. With discernment, she chooses her companions wisely, valuing quality over quantity. She recognizes the difference between relationships that nourish her soul and those that drain her energy. This wisdom enables her to build connections that are authentic, supportive, and mutually enriching. In moments of conflict, her discernment becomes a tool for reconciliation and understanding. She does not react impulsively or allow emotions to cloud her judgment. Instead, she approaches disagreements with a calm and composed demeanor, seeking to understand the perspectives of others while remaining true to her principles. Her ability to listen actively and respond thoughtfully diffuses tension and fosters resolutions that are fair and constructive. Her wisdom turns challenges into opportunities for growth and deeper connection. Her discernment extends to her use of time and resources. She understands that every decision carries an opportunity cost and seeks to invest her efforts where they will yield the greatest return. She is intentional about how she spends her days, ensuring that her actions align with her priorities. Whether in her career, her personal pursuits, or her community involvement, she uses her wisdom to focus on what truly matters. This intentionality allows her to lead a life of purpose and fulfillment. A woman of wisdom and discernment also values the power of words. She is careful with what she says, understanding that her speech has the potential to uplift or harm. Her words are measured, thoughtful, and infused with kindness, reflecting her commitment to truth and compassion. She does not speak simply to fill silence, but to contribute meaningfully to the conversation. Her ability to communicate with clarity and grace inspires trust and respect in those who hear her. Her wisdom is also evident in her approach to decision-making. She does not rush into choices or act on impulse. Instead, she takes the time to weigh her options, seek counsel when needed, and reflect on the potential consequences of her actions. Her decisions are informed by both logic and intuition, striking a balance between reason and emotion. This thoughtful approach minimizes regret and ensures that her actions align with her values and goals. Her spirit of wisdom is not static but ever growing. She understands that wisdom is a lifelong journey and actively seeks opportunities to deepen her understanding. She reads, observes, and engages in meaningful conversations, always eager to learn more about herself, others, the world around her. She is not afraid to admit when she is wrong or to change her perspective in light of new insights. This willingness to evolve ensures that her wisdom remains relevant and dynamic. Discernment for her is more than a skill, it is a way of life. It influences how she interprets the world, interacts with others, and responds to challenges. She has a keen sense of intuition, often able to sense what is unspoken or hidden beneath the surface. This ability to perceive what others might overlook allows her to make decisions that are not only practical, but also deeply empathetic. Her discernment creates a sense of balance and harmony in her life, enabling her to navigate even the most complex situations with grace. Her wisdom and discernment also extend to her role as a mentor and guide. She is generous in sharing her insights with others, offering guidance and encouragement to those who seek her counsel. She does not impose her views, but leads by example, demonstrating through her actions what it means to live with integrity and purpose. Her presence is a source of strength and inspiration, empowering others to cultivate their own wisdom and make decisions that reflect their highest values. A woman defined by compassion and service carries within her a unique strength that manifests in her selfless dedication to others. Compassion is not just a feeling of empathy, it is a profound understanding of the struggles and pain of others, coupled with a deep desire to alleviate them. Service is the natural expression of this compassion, transforming concern into action and care into impact. Together, these qualities make her a force for good in a world often characterized by indifference and self-interest. Her compassion is rooted in her ability to see beyond the surface. She understands that every person carries unseen burdens, unspoken fears, and hidden pain. This awareness allows her to approach others with kindness, withholding judgment even when it might be easy to assume otherwise. Her compassion creates an atmosphere of safety and acceptance, encouraging those around her to share their struggles without fear of rejection or criticism. She listens with her heart, offering not just words of comfort, but the reassurance that they are seen and valued. Her acts of service are not motivated by the desire for recognition or praise, but by a genuine love for others. She does not view service as a duty or obligation, but as an opportunity to make a difference, however small. Whether through volunteering her time, offering a helping hand, or simply being present for someone in need, she finds joy in giving of herself. Her service is marked by humility, as she places the needs of others above her own, not to diminish herself, but to elevate those she serves. Compassion also equips her to stand alongside those who are marginalized, forgotten, or overlooked. She is drawn to the places where others might hesitate to go, seeking out the individuals who feel invisible or unworthy of care. Her presence in these spaces is transformative, as she brings light and hope into the darkest corners. She does not shy away from difficult situations or uncomfortable truths, but embraces them as opportunities to create change. Her service in these moments is a testament to her courage and unwavering commitment to the well-being of others. Her compassion extends to those closest to her, as well as to strangers and acquaintances. In her family and friendships, she is a source of strength and encouragement. She is quick to offer support during times of crisis, whether through practical assistance, emotional comfort, or simply by being present. Her relationships are enriched by her willingness to put others' needs before her own, creating bonds that are deeply rooted in trust and love. Her service is guided by her ability to recognize where she can make the most impact. She is intentional in how she dedicates her time and resources, ensuring that her efforts are meaningful and effective. Whether it's contributing to a cause she believes in or lending her skills to help a community, she does so with a focus on creating lasting change. Her actions are not impulsive, but thoughtful, reflecting her deep understanding of the needs around her and the best ways to address them. Compassion for her is also a daily practice. It is evident in the small gestures that often go unnoticed but hold great significance. A warm smile, a kind word, or a thoughtful act can brighten someone's day, and she does these things instinctively. Her awareness of others' feelings allows her to sense when someone is struggling, even if they do not voice it. In these moments, she offers support without hesitation, showing that even the smallest acts of kindness can have a profound impact. Her life of service is not without challenges. There are times when the demands placed upon her feel overwhelming or when her efforts go unappreciated. Yet she does not allow these difficulties to deter her. Instead, she draws strength from her purpose, finding fulfillment in the act of giving rather than in the response it elicits. Her resilience is a testament to her unwavering commitment to serving others, even when it requires personal sacrifice. Compassion also teaches her the importance of balance. She understands that in order to serve others effectively, she must first care for herself. This self-awareness allows her to set boundaries, ensuring that her well-being is not compromised in the process of giving. By maintaining this balance, she is able to sustain her efforts over time, continuing to pour into others without depleting herself. Her spirit of service inspires those around her to do the same. Her actions serve as a reminder that everyone has the power to make a difference, no matter how small it may seem. She leads by example, demonstrating that compassion and service are not reserved for grand gestures, but can be practiced in the ordinary moments of everyday life. Her influence extends far beyond her immediate impact, creating a ripple effect that encourages others to follow in her footsteps. Through her compassion, she fosters a sense of community and connection. She recognizes that no one is truly alone and that the challenges of life are easier to bear when faced together. Her service brings people together, breaking down barriers and building bridges of understanding. In her presence, individuals feel supported and valued, knowing that they are part of something greater than themselves. Authenticity and inner beauty are two qualities that radiate from within a woman, creating a profound and lasting impact on everyone she encounters. Authenticity is the courage to embrace one's true self, free from the constraints of societal expectations or the need for external validation. Inner beauty, on the other hand, is the light that shines from within, a reflection of kindness, compassion, and a heart committed to living with purpose. Together, these qualities create a presence that is both captivating and inspiring, one that transcends outward appearances and superficial measures of worth. Authenticity begins with self-awareness, the willingness to look inward and understand who she truly is. This process requires honesty, as she confronts not only her strengths and passions, but also her flaws and fears. She is unafraid to acknowledge her imperfections, knowing that they are an integral part of her journey. This self-awareness enables her to live in alignment with her values, making choices that reflect her deepest beliefs rather than conforming to the expectations of others. Her authenticity is evident in the way she carries herself. She does not wear a mask to hide her true nature or pretend to be someone she is not. Instead, she presents herself honestly, allowing her actions and words to reflect her inner truth. This openness creates a sense of trust and connection with others as they recognize her sincerity and feel safe in her presence. Her authenticity invites others to be themselves, fostering relationships built on mutual respect and genuine understanding. Her inner beauty is rooted in her character. It is not defined by her physical appearance, but by the qualities that make her heart and spirit shine. Kindness is at the core of her inner beauty as she seeks to uplift and encourage those around her. Her words are filled with positivity, and her actions demonstrate a willingness to help and support. This kindness is not limited to grand gestures, but is evident in the small, everyday acts that often go unnoticed. A comforting smile, a thoughtful word, or a quiet act of generosity. Compassion is another cornerstone of her inner beauty. She has the ability to empathize with others, understanding their struggles and offering comfort without judgment. This compassion stems from her own experiences as she draws strength and wisdom from the challenges she has faced. Her ability to connect with others on a deep emotional level allows her to bring light into their lives, creating a ripple effect of hope and healing. Her authenticity also empowers her to embrace her uniqueness. She does not feel the need to compare herself to others or measure her worth by external standards. Instead, she celebrates her individuality, recognizing that her differences are what make her special. This confidence in her own identity allows her to approach life with a sense of purpose, pursuing her passions and using her talents to make a meaningful impact. Her willingness to stand out and be true to herself inspires others to do the same, creating a culture of authenticity and acceptance. Inner beauty is also reflected in her resilience. She does not allow setbacks or failures to define her, but uses them as opportunities to grow and learn. Her ability to rise above challenges and maintain a positive outlook is a testament to her inner strength. This resilience is not about denying pain or difficulty, but about finding hope and meaning in the midst of them. Her ability to persevere through life's trials is a source of inspiration to those around her, showing them that it is possible to overcome adversity with grace and dignity. Her authenticity fosters a sense of humility. She understands that she is not perfect and does not pretend to have all the answers. This humility allows her to remain open to learning and growing as she seeks to become the best version of herself. She does not seek attention or validation for her actions, but is motivated by a genuine desire to live with integrity and purpose. Her humility makes her approachable and relatable, creating a sense of connection and camaraderie with others. Her inner beauty shines through her gratitude. She has a deep appreciation for the blessings in her life and recognizes the value of what she has been given. This gratitude fuels her joy and contentment, allowing her to focus on the positives rather than dwelling on what is lacking. Her thankfulness is contagious, encouraging others to adopt a similar perspective and find happiness in the simple, meaningful aspects of life. Her authenticity allows her to live with courage. She does not shy away from difficult conversations or challenging situations, but faces them head on, knowing that truth and honesty are always worth pursuing. Her courage is not about being fearless, but about acting in spite of fear, driven by her commitment to doing what is right. This bravery inspires those around her to confront their own fears and live with greater conviction. Her inner beauty radiates through her ability to nurture and build others up. She takes joy in seeing others succeed and is quick to celebrate their achievements. Her encouragement and support create an environment where others feel empowered to grow and thrive. She is not threatened by the success of others, but sees it as a collective victory, knowing that her contributions have helped to create a positive and uplifting community. In conclusion, the rarest woman in the world is not defined by fleeting beauty or external accolades, but by the strength of her character, the depth of her compassion, and the authenticity she exudes. She embodies wisdom, resilience, and a heart committed to service, touching lives with her kindness and unwavering dedication. Her inner beauty shines brighter than anything superficial, inspiring those around her to become the best versions of themselves. In a world often driven by superficial pursuits, she stands as a beacon of truth, grace, and profound love, reminding us that true rarity lies in the strength of the Spirit.